Hello viewers, Women Now is right back for you with the ever-changing scenario of the modern world and the modern woman as she scales the rungs of success in every possible and impossible areas. So, sit back in your favorite rocking chair and we take you on a journey through the moving story of Home of Hope. Stir up the finance propositions as well as a refreshing surprise feature. So don't go anywhere, keep it here. Today we have with us Nilima, Nalini and Anup. So glad to have all of you here with us in the studio today.
You know, Home of Hope, as you know, is this US-based nonprofit charity, and we help disadvantaged children to become empowered and to become self-sustaining. The story is, again, just like Nalini said, it started with a simple thought. A simple thought, I call it a calling from the higher power, which she says, higher consciousness, higher power, higher consciousness, God,
Upperwala.
Upperwala, remember Upperwala last time? Just had this desire to give back, felt very blessed, had this feeling of gratitude. And in 1999, I think, you know, when you have this feeling of giving back, the universe aligns itself. I really believe that. So I heard about a struggling orphanage that was run by my friend's mother called Children's Home of Hope, and just decided to help it. Raised about $7,000, sent the money there, and with that they built simple bathrooms. And a simple thing like building bathrooms that were like dilapidated tin sheds, and there was a gastroenteritis epidemic. But a construction of simple bathrooms actually eradicated the epidemic. That's when I realized it doesn't take much.
We're starting this movement with the what is it called?
University of Iowa.
University of Iowa, where they have the program. Students have a study abroad, and these students go out and they are like our foot soldiers for us, and they go out and seek out what's going on with our organizations and in what other ways they can help them out, and with new ideas and all of that stuff. So that is there. That's one thing, and we each one of us has a project that we take care of, and every year. Once a year we do go out and check out our projects and see what's happening with them, and we have our own goals and that we make sure that those are all met every year.
Right.
So so that's the way we keep an eye on our projects, and that's the way we find out what is happening, not happening. Yeah.
Right. A lot of our viewers, I'm sure, want to help out, but they really don't know the right way to go about, and perhaps they start something on their own. And I've seen a lot of these organizations mushrooming, and then it becomes so hard, even harder for us to choose what cause to go with. It'd be nice to have an umbrella organization, and then you choose your own cause and support it, and then grow and make it stronger. And what would be your thoughts on that?
You know, the good thing about HOH is, we cover, like you said, disadvantaged child. Every kind of disadvantaged child, name it, we've had it. And we've done the legwork now for 13 years. And so we are really, and with the help of Anup and our auditing, we have passed every auditing test. And now post 9/11, the laws are very strict. So that itself validates the work that we're doing. And so join us. I think, there's more strength and unity. Instead of everybody spinning the same wheel, just join us. All we want to do is make a difference in the lives of these children, empower them so that they become self-sustaining. And come and join us. And we're very grassroots. We don't even have an office yet. It's still the trunk of my car. You can still call my cell number 650-520-3204. I'm always on the phone 24 hours. We have our website www.hohinc.org. Just join us, check us out.
Now
I tell people, check us out.
Well,
and then,
what are the specific areas that I can help you out with? For example, I don't know how to, right? I mean,
you're already doing it by this media.
Yeah, but what about my viewers? How are they going to help you?
Talking about the viewers, yeah, you can, the other thing would be to come and visit us on our website, one thing, and the other would be to come for our meetings, for our board meetings.
Just connect us
You're most welcome to come for our meetings and see what we do, and what is the need that we have, that all the needs are laid on the table at that time. And you can just check out as to where you would be able to come and join us.
First is building that awareness. I think all our viewers need to know that what exactly is the process of coming and helping you, and then get involved, and then obviously have to like the mission and vision that you have.
We're a fundraising organization in the US. We already partner with existing organizations, and we have a system, very detailed structures set up as to prerequisites from them, which include a lot of documents. You know, they need to give us tax returns. They also need to have an FCRA number, which refers to Foreign Contribution Regulatory Act, Foreign Currency Regulatory Act, which allows NGOs in India to get money from overseas. We are highly scrutinized by the IRS as well. So what we need in the US are funds and bodies. People who can volunteer their time, their services to us.
Their potential.
Yes.
Donate their potential.
You have one here. Whenever
Yeah,
I have time, I'll definitely join
Just
you.
connect us
And
to the media, like
sure,
you're
and
doing.
funds,
That's such a big help.
I'm sure most
Yeah.
NRIs, most of our viewers do have enough funds to support. Like I said, it's not how much you have, but how much you
you
give
can-
that
yeah.
makes you more happy, right?
Yes, yes.
And when the world around you is happier, it makes you a little bit more happy, I guess. So on that note, thank you so much. I'm really happy to be associated with wonderful women
Thank you for
like
giving
you.
us this
Thank
opportunity.
you.
And I always love talking to you, and we'll bring you back again to inspire our audience.
Thank you.
Even
Thank
more.
you so
Thank
much,
you.
Ina.
Well, it's that time of the year. Love is in the air. Well, that kind of rhymed. We are here at a Valentine Bash in Fremont, and we'll be talking to many people to find out how they define love. Different people define love differently. The meaning of love changes over time. People think love happens at first sight. Some people think it doesn't happen at the first sight. Let's talk to some people here at the party and find out how they define love.
Love is that feeling which always gives you a rush. I mean, you know, it cannot change. Love is the way it is. So,
What is love?
love is love is that you know, tingling feeling you get when you know, find someone made for you. Yeah, that adrenal rush. Yeah, that's what is love.
Now, if you had to remember one moment, a moment of love for you in life, what would that be?
Oh my God. That's a difficult question, but I guess there was a guy who, you know, cut my name on his arm. So I think that was very, you know, appealing.
Did you end up marrying him?
No. And several.
And you still didn't marry him. He cut your name in his arm and you still didn't marry him. Come on.
I had like several guys do that for me.
You know, you could write 1,000, 10,000 word essay on love, but you know, it's like, and you still wouldn't do justice to it, right? So what I'm going to do is tell it in the form of a shairi. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So here you go. And I wrote it down. जिंदगी जब भी तेरी बाहों में लाती है हमें, ये ज़मी चांद से बेहतर नजर आती है हमें. So that defines love for me.
Wow. Am I supposed to do wah wah wah?
Irshad.
Now, has the meaning of love changed for you over time? Has the shairis changed for you over time?
Absolutely. So she's going to answer that.
Yeah, love has definitely changed over time. Initially it is all about, you know, touching, feeling and all that. Later it becomes more about knowing that person inside out. And you're expanding all the time with more members in your family and everything. So love definitely takes a different special place as years move on and as you grow older.
All right, we have the most eligible bachelor of the Bay Area, Mr. Viraj. Viraj, now, do you believe in love at first sight?
I definitely believe in love at first sight. I don't think you can go looking for it though. I think that you gotta let love come and find you. So, but I definitely believe in love at first sight.
So it just happens. Now tell me, how many love at first sights have you experienced?
Oh my God, how many have I? It's countless. It's countless. But you know, I fell in love with my dog. I fell in love with my car. But no, seriously though, I would say it's happened once. It's happened once. I'm a very picky person though, so you know.
You sound like a very romantic person. Now tell us, what is the most romantic getaway?
The most romantic getaway to me can be anywhere as long as you're with the right person. It could be just, in bed watching TV for the whole day, having a lazy Sunday, or it could be out on the beach, it could be anywhere. As long as you're with the right person and that person's in love with you, you're in love with that person, that's the perfect getaway for me.
Okay, what's going on here? You sound too good to be true. Okay, now Viraj, now the ladies want to see Salman Khan, and you have a Salman Khan body. Now you got to take it off and show us.
Are you serious? You want me to take it off?
I'm very serious. Come on, take it off.
Right here, in the middle of the Valentine's party, you want me to take it off?
It's Valentine's party. There's a lot of single people here. You're the most eligible bachelor. Hello, I'm just trying to market you.
Do
Do it. Woohoo!
There we go.
Here you go, ladies. Now you have a full picture. Not only is he romantic, he's good looking and handsome and a hunk.
Guys, you look gorgeous. The happily newlywed couple, right?
Thank you. That's right.
I want to give you the best dressed couple award right now.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So well coordinated. Now tell me, how do you define love?
It's hard to define love. Love just happens. Many times you think you're in love and then you change your mind, you meet somebody else, then you fall in love again. But it's one of those things where you can't stop thinking about the person. And everything you do, every time you work, every time you play, you want to be with that person. I think that's love.
You tell me how you define love.
Well, I think love is you just out of the blue when you don't expect it. It just happens all of a sudden. And sometimes it happens with the person you least expect it to happen. Talking about love at first sight, I think we actually were love at first sight. And in fact, it pretty much happened here at the place that we are today.
We're here at our second party with a bunch of happening, gorgeous women of Bay Area. Now I want to ask them how they define love.
Love is the magic. It just have 4 letters, but it have everything A to Z. For me, love binds everything.
Love is something that keeps you dreaming even when you're awake.
Love वो जो दिल से होता है.
I want to sing a line from movie Khamoshi. It says, सिर्फ एहसास है ये रूह से महसूस करो प्यार को प्यार ही रहने दो कोई नाम न दो हमने देखी है.
Very good.
Well, I think life is a lie without love, and love is divinity, and love is life.
Love is the spirit that comes out of you that's beautiful and natural. It's the joy that you feel. It's the warmth that you feel, the coziness that you feel, and all the smiles. That's love, feeling connected.
Do you feel that love happens only once in lifetime or many times?
Love happens all the time. When you feel love for your friends, for your neighbors, for your love, your kids, your grandparents, your mom and dad.
Can I see a few steps of yours?
A few steps. Are you gonna do it with me? Maybe.
Teach me some.
A little bit. Okay, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
So we're gonna shimmy the top. Yes, and then we're gonna shimmy the bottom. You see the bottom? Yeah, and then you could go up, 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 up.
Well, it's time to sign off now. Hope you enjoyed this show as much as we did, bringing it to you, talking to all the wonderful people in the world and here in the Bay Area. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place, with yet another exciting episode of Women Now. Don't forget to join us then. See you. Take care.